yeah, is an interesting one, let's say the least. And there's loads and loads of somebody saying Harry Onana's side. Yeah, honestly, guys, there's so much to get into on tonight's show. So do smash a like on the video and do subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let's start off the show with some massive positivity. Let's talk about Onana. We can confirm, this is coming out from the Times in the UK, that Onana has signed a 5-year contract, or has agreed, sorry. Onana has agreed a 5-year contract with Manchester United with the option of an extra year. This is coming out from the Times. We haven't got the Fabrizio Here We Go, which I know everybody wants, but we don't have that yet. We have it from the Times in the UK that Andre Onana and his representatives accepted Manchester United's contract offer in a meeting which took place today. The deal is a 5-year deal with the option of an extra year. So, yeah, we will get the Here We Go maybe later on this evening, I think. We haven't got it just yet, but as I just said, Manchester United have agreed the personal terms. All we're waiting for is the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano, which we will get later on today, I think. So anybody saying we've got that, we haven't got that yet, guys. We haven't. You've got to be patient. Welcome everybody who's just joining. I hope everyone is doing well this evening. I hope you have all had a nice Sunday. I have. Harry Maguire looks like he's going to leave the club, which we will talk about in a minute. For anybody who did miss the story earlier, obviously we did do a whole show on it for about 10 minutes or so, but Harry Maguire has officially been stripped of the Manchester United captaincy, which is 100% the right decision, 100% a positive, and we will talk about it in a little bit. The thing that you've got to remember, guys, with the Onana thing, just because he's agreed terms with Manchester United, that doesn't mean the deal's done, okay? The deal has to be agreed between Manchester United and Inter Milan. So for whatever reason, that hasn't been announced yet. So it's all good and well saying he's agreed a 5-year contract, but unless we get from the clubs saying that a deal's been agreed, then it doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? So we have to be patient. We do. As soon as you get the confirmation, it will come out and we'll all know. So as it stands, he's agreed a 5-year contract with an option of an extra year. But for whatever reason, Manchester United and Inter Milan still haven't put out that they've agreed terms. So they might still be negotiating. They might be negotiating the terms of how the fee is going to be paid, etc., etc. There was a story that came out earlier on from TalkSport saying the deal to sign Onana is now set to be sealed in the next 24 hours to allow Onana to join Manchester United on their USA tour. Dean Henderson is then expected to be sold to Nottingham Forest. So as soon as the deal is announced, as soon as Onana leaves the club, as soon as Onana joins the club, it looks like Dean Henderson will then be leaving. Yeah, so it's positive, guys. It is. We haven't got the Here We Go yet. We haven't got those 3 words, which I know all of you are very, very excited about. But I'm not going to do a video saying he's signed until it's been put out 100% officially, because I think that would be wrong of me. There's a bit more on the situation, though. There's another journalist in Italy saying Onana will say his goodbyes to everyone at Inter Milan tomorrow before moving to Manchester United. So it's as good as done. It is, guys. It's as good as done. But as I said, I'm not going to put in the title Onana's confirmed until I actually get that 100% confirmed, because I think that's maybe a bit irresponsible. But anybody who's joining late, Manchester United have agreed personal terms. It's a 5-year contract with the option of an extra year. We're now just waiting for the official announcement from the clubs, but I do expect that to come later today or tomorrow. Right, let's move on to the next topic, guys. We will get the Onana Here We Go, guys, so let's not keep talking about that one. We won't bring it up again this show. But yeah, rest assured, we will get it very, very soon. And it'll be a title saying Onana Here We Go, and you can all celebrate. Right, let's move on to the Harry Maguire situation, guys. Obviously, as I'm sure you all know, unless you've been having a nap or something, Harry Maguire has been removed as the Manchester United captain. This has been put out officially on his Twitter page, saying that Ten Hag ultimately brought him in for a meeting and removed him from the club. So Harry Maguire is no longer the Manchester United captain. That's confirmed. The bit that I want to bring to you, which is very, very exciting. So since that story came out, about half an hour ago, Sky Sports reported that Harry Maguire is now considering all of his options, including moving to West Ham. So this was coming out from Sky Sports about an hour ago, saying that Harry Maguire is now considering leaving the club and moving to West Ham. Very, very positive. Another story from someone else saying Harry Maguire is considering all of his options after having the Manchester United captaincy stripped from him by Erik ten Hag. He is considering a move to West Ham. Very, very positive. Another story saying he's considering moving to West Ham. There's about 3 journalists who've come out in the last hour or so saying that Harry Maguire is now considering a move to West Ham. Very, very positive. We know that West Ham want him. We know they've just got a load of money from the Declan Rice deal. So I think this is one we have to get over the line. We've got to send Harry Maguire out of the club. West Ham want him. So yeah, we definitely need to get that one over the line. If everybody watching can please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, that would be absolutely amazing. As always, I will read out some comments into the second half of the show, but I am going to rattle through all of the news because honestly, guys, I'm not just saying this. I think this is the most bits of news we've had on a Sunday ever since I've done it. So I'm going to try and get through everything, but I will, of course, ask for your guys' opinions and we can interact. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Right, so off the back of the Harry Maguire situation, we've had a story come out from the Manchester Evening News, right? So are you ready for this one, guys? There's a story coming out from the Manchester Evening News saying Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is optimistic of signing Real Madrid defender David Alaba. What does everybody think about that? Let me know in the comment section. This came out earlier on via Manchester Evening News saying, as I just said, Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is optimistic of signing Real Madrid defender David Alaba. The question I have for you is, let's say Harry Maguire leaves, which it looks like he probably will. Who would you sign as a replacement? Let me know in the comment section. We've been linked to Disasi, Todibo, now David Alaba. Who would you go for? Who would be your replacement for Harry Maguire? Me personally, I would actually invest the money in another area because I quite like Luke Shaw as the fourth choice centre-back. So I wouldn't immediately go and spend all of that money on a striker. Sorry, on a defender. I wouldn't. I would maybe spend it on a midfielder or another striker. That's what I'd do. But do let me know in the comment section. What would you do? What would you do if Harry Maguire leaves? Who would you bring in? As I just said, there's a story coming from Manchester Evening News saying that Erik ten Hag is optimistic of signing David Alaba from Real Madrid. I personally wouldn't go for David Alaba. I think he's too old. I think he's past his best. But obviously our manager knows best. So if he wants David Alaba, then that's completely up to him. What have we got? Somebody says Kim Min-jae. Kim Min-jae is unfortunately going to Bayern Munich, guys. That's all but done. We will not be signing Kim Min-jae. I think the realistic options are Todibo, Disasi, maybe someone like Tomori. I would like to see Tomori at Manchester United. But yeah, do let me know in the comments section. Who would be your choice? I probably would go with Tomori. I have no idea how much Tomori would be worth, and he definitely is not linked to us at the moment. But if we could sign anybody as a centre-back, I'd go with Tomori. I think he's a quality player. Really, really like Tomori. 25 years of age, obviously plays for AC Milan. I would go and get Tomori. But again, that's just my opinion. We haven't been linked to him. But do let me know in the comment section, guys, who you would replace Harry Maguire with. I would go with Tomori. But do let me know and I'll read out some of your bits in a minute. Everybody please smash a like on the video. We've got over 250 people watching already, which is absolutely incredible for a Sunday evening. So do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Got lots and lots to get through this evening, guys, so I'm going to try and keep it relatively fast paced. There's another story coming out from Simon Stone, who is obviously a BBC journalist, saying Harry Maguire is among the players Erik ten Hag would sell if a suitable offer came his way. West Ham are interested in signing him. So just to get a bit of a roundup on the Harry Maguire situation, 3 or 4 different journalists saying that Erik ten Hag wants to sell him. 3 or 4 different journalists saying that West Ham want to put in a bid for him. And now 3 or 4 different journalists saying that Harry Maguire is now considering all options, including moving to West Ham. So I honestly don't think this day could be any better. He's been removed of the captaincy, and now it genuinely looks like there's a high chance that he's going to leave, or at least consider leaving, because at the end of the day, guys, he's lost the captaincy. He's in the England squad at the moment, but I don't think if he's sat on the bench, he's going to be in the England squad next year. So for his own sake, I think he does need to leave. I wish him all the best, and I do hope that this move gets done. On outgoings, we've got another story to bring to you really, really quickly. This is coming from TalkSport, and TalkSport are reporting this afternoon that Dean Henderson is expected to leave Manchester United as soon as the Andre Onana deal is sealed. He will move to Nottingham Forest. That's what's being reported. It does look like Dean Henderson will be leaving the club. The fee is somewhere between 20 to 30 million pounds. Great move again for him. I wish him all the best. He's never going to make it at Manchester United. So very, very positive. We bring in Onana and then we let Dean Henderson go to Nottingham Forest. So that's very, very good. Somebody in the chat is asking about Erik ten Hag's £170 million budget. So if anybody missed the show this morning, there was multiple different journalists in the UK this morning reporting that Erik ten Hag has been gifted a £170 million budget from the Glazers to spend on players this summer. Now, I actually think that this story is true. I've seen other people saying that it's rubbish, right? The thing you've got to remember from the very beginning of this window is Manchester United's budget was allegedly 120, okay? And we worked this out this morning, guys. We did this together. Where have they got this extra 50 million from? Because they're definitely not going to give it out of their own pocket, or they're not going to have found it down the side of the sofa, are they? So if you actually break it down, this extra 50 million has come from the wages they've saved. David De Gea was on 20 million. Sabitzer and Weghorst, I think Sabitzer was on 200 and Weghorst was on 100. So that's about 20 million again. Ronaldo was on 500 a week. Ronaldo was on probably 20 million plus a year. So my point here is, guys, where this money has come from is since the initial budget was announced, 120 million, they've got rid of De Gea on 20 million a week. They've got rid of Sabitzer on 20 million a year, etc., etc. So this money that they found has just come from players leaving the club. So they've not put any of their own money in. So it's not actually that unbelievable if you actually think about it. And they're not backing the manager. There's just more budget has become available because they've let David De Gea go. They've let Sabitzer go. They've let Weghorst go. They've let Phil Jones. Phil Jones was on 100 grand a week, remember, guys. That's what? £5-6 million a year, £20 million a year for David De Gea. So you see this story floating around saying £170 million budget and everyone's saying, oh, okay. But really, all they've done is just remove people from the club. And that's how they've saved money. That's the black and white of it. So this new budget announcement is not breaking news to me because it's actually kind of obvious if you actually work it out that, you know. But anyway, let's move on from that one. Let's have a look what we've got. Malk says, Harry Maguire, it's time to go. Yeah, I agree. Harry Maguire has to go. Anybody joining late, there's a story coming out from Sky Sports in the last kind of half an hour or so saying that Harry Maguire is now considering all options, including leaving the club to move to West Ham. So I honestly think if we're ever going to get rid of Harry Maguire, this is the moment to do it. We've got West Ham available with the money, the cash in hand from the Declan Rice deal. They want Maguire. He would be perfect there. They've got Europa League football. He'd start every single game for them. And he's just been stripped of the captaincy. Like, if we're going to get rid of him, this is the moment, guys. We've built up the momentum. This is the time for Harry Maguire to go. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Again, I wish him all the best. I'm not going to sit here and slag him off for the next half an hour because that's not the kind of person I am, but I hope he does leave. We've got over 300 people in the chat today, guys. Absolutely incredible. Please do smash a like on the video if you haven't already and subscribe to the channel. Right, let's move on to the next story, though, whilst you guys are doing that. We've got another story coming in about Rasmus Hojlund. Everybody's been asking me, Kieran, what's going on with Rasmus? Why are we not signing him? Who are we getting? We have got a story coming out from Laurie Whitwell in The Athletic, one of the journalists that I really, really do like, okay? So Laurie Whitwell has reported this afternoon that talks are underway for a deal for Rasmus Hojlund to Manchester United, but Manchester United are hoping to move on several players to fund their recruitment drive. So Rasmus Hojlund, the talks are underway with Atalanta. This has been reported about 1 o'clock this afternoon from Laurie Whitwell. But he does say Manchester United are relying to move on several players, i.e. sell players, to fund their recruitment drive. So, yeah, that's the story that's coming out. The talks are still going on. Manchester United haven't pulled out of the deal for Rasmus Hojlund. They haven't been put off by the £85 million asking price. They're still negotiating. They still want to get the player. Do let me know in the comments section, guys, what you think about that. Do you think that was the right decision? Do you think that Manchester United should have just walked away? Or do you think it does make sense to keep negotiating? I think from my perspective, the one thing I want you guys to remember is Chelsea wanted 85 million for Mason Mount and we paid 55. So even if Atalanta want 85, we're never going to pay 85. So even if we land around 50 million, I think that's okay. Any more than that, I'm a bit worried. Even 50, I'm a little bit worried. But at this point, with no striker, if we can get Rasmus Hojlund for 50 million, I'd just go and do that deal at this point. And it is positive. It is positive that Laurie Whitwell, a very credible journalist, is saying that they're still negotiating, they're still in talks, and that Manchester United only want to get a deal done, but are apparently relying on selling players, which doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. I still would like to see Gonzalo Ramos, Kolo Muani, but guys, the Premier League season starts 4 weeks tomorrow and we have no striker. So it's all good and well us saying, oh, I like Gonzalo Ramos, but we've not been negotiating for Gonzalo Ramos. We've been negotiating with Rasmus Hojlund for the last 4 or 5 weeks, guys. So we need to get this deal over the line. Whether you think it's a risk, whether I think it's a risk, at this point, we don't have the luxury of making those types of decisions. We've got 4 weeks until the season starts. We don't have a striker. We've been negotiating for 4, probably longer, probably more than 4 weeks for Rasmus Hojlund. So we just need to get this deal over the line, and we just need to make sure we don't get mugged off. So 50 million, absolute tops. Any more than that, definitely not. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. I do like the player. I am a little bit concerned about him, but Ten Hag wants him. He's the #1 target, so we need to just go and get that deal done, to be honest with you guys. So we'll keep an eye on that one. We will keep you updated with the Rasmus Hojlund developments, but Laurie Whitwell has confirmed that talks are underway for a deal for Rasmus Hojlund. So this is new news. This is today. Manchester United have not been put off by the asking price. I personally would not go a penny over 50 million, and even then I think it's too much. But if they want to do this deal, if they think they can do it for a good price, then just by all means go and get it done, because we need him on that preseason tour. The plane leaves for America on Thursday. We need him on that tour. So fingers crossed they can get their get themselves into gear and get this deal done. But do let me know in the comments section, guys. Do you think we should still be going for Rasmus Hojlund, or would you have preferred it if we'd have moved on to another option? Now, talking about other options, we've had a story come out this afternoon regarding Harry Kane. You know how badly I want Harry Kane at Manchester United, guys. I want Harry McCain? I can't get Maguire's name out of my head. Harry McCain. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry there, guys. So we've had a story come out from L'Equipe, who is obviously a French newspaper, and they say that Tottenham's asking price for Harry Kane is 116 million euros. The situation is clear for Daniel Levy. Either Kane extends his contract now, or he will be sold this summer. So as it stands, guys, apparently Tottenham are going to offer Harry Kane a 400 grand a week contract at Tottenham, which is crazy, double what he's on at the moment. And Daniel Levy's asking price, or the minimum he's willing to sell him for, is 116 million euros, which equals 99.5 million pounds. I know that's a hell of a lot of money, right? 99.5 million pounds, but I genuinely would go and do it. I would. I think he's worth it. I think if we can get Harry Kane for that amount of money, I would just go and do it. I think we should, but that, again, it's not up to me. If we've supposedly got this 170 million that's been reported this morning, if Fred's going to leave, Maguire's going to leave, Donny's going to leave, McTominay's going to leave, we can easily have 300 million pounds to spend this summer. Easy. So let's just hope that they can get some people out the door. Yeah, do let me know in the comment section, how much do you think we should, is a realistic fee for Harry Maguire? Harry Kane. And do you do you think that that's a good price? Right, let's move on to the next story. So we've talked about Alaba. Anybody who joined late, Manchester Evening News are reporting that Erik ten Hag is optimistic of signing Real Madrid defender David Alaba. I mean, that's come out of nowhere. It really, really has. I personally would not sign David Alaba. I wouldn't. He's a good player, but I think he's too old. What is he, 32, 33? Unless it was for really cheap, if it was for like 15 million pounds, maybe. He's 31 years of age, so he's not that old. He's 31 years of age. He's still an elite footballer, isn't he, David Alaba, however you pronounce it. But I personally wouldn't go for him. He still would be expensive, wouldn't he? I don't think he'd be less than 40 million. I can't get Maguire's name out of my head. I literally can't. Honestly, if anybody missed the show earlier with the breaking news on Maguire, I was on the sofa asleep, right? And I got a message pop up my phone, okay? I don't have notifications on Twitter, so I don't know how this happened. I got a notification pop up on my phone from Harry Maguire. I'm not making this up. A notification on my phone, and it said Harry Maguire, and it was his page. It must be because I like some Man United page. I don't know what it was. Anyway, it popped up, and there was Harry Maguire's face, and I genuinely thought I was dreaming. I had to slap myself to make sure I was awake. Anyway, I digress. I will move on. Right. There's another story which I think we can immediately put in the trash can, but I wanted to talk to you about it really, really quickly anyway. There's a story coming out from Sky Sports saying that Manchester United are monitoring Leon Goretzka's situation even after signing Mason Mount. So apparently we're monitoring Goretzka. I believe he is wanting to leave the club. That is what I've seen. I don't know why. I don't obviously watch much Bundesliga football, to be completely honest with you. I don't know why he wants to leave the club, but apparently Manchester United are very interested in Goretzka. Now, that would be a quality signing. It really, really would. And there's even a story here that says they would accept a fee as low as 35 million. I mean, that sounds way too cheap for me. How much do you think Goretzka's worth? He's 28 years of age. Obviously, a German international, very, very good footballer. Obviously not as good as Kimmich, in my opinion. Probably... I mean, he starts every game, doesn't he? So I don't really get why they'd want to sell him. But if there's anybody in the chat who knows more about Bundesliga football, does anybody know why Goretzka wants to leave? Is it he wants more money? I'm not really too sure. I can't see this one happening, but if we could get Goretzka, I would definitely sign him. I think it sounds like one we can just immediately put in the trash can, to be completely honest with you. I think it's probably Goretzka trying to get a pay rise, but Yeah, somebody says I live in Germany, it's all lies. Yeah, to be honest with you, this feels the same as the Rashford to PSG story. It feels like a I want more money, I want to leave the club, Manchester United want me type story. You know, I can't see him coming to Manchester United. So Sky Sports Germany have reported it, so I thought I'd bring it into the show. But who knows where they got that information from? It could be from Goretzka's agent, it could be from Goretzka's brother, who knows? Right, we've got over 350 people in the chat today, guys. Absolutely incredible. Do make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, and we're edging closer. Let's see how quickly we can hit that 5K. Yeah, I honestly think that this Goretzka story can be put straight in the trash can, if you ask me, guys. But do let me know. Do you think there's any legs in this Goretzka story? Do you think Manchester United are a genuine option for him, or do you think it's just a rubbish story? Do let me know. I think it's rubbish, but I thought I would mention it anyway, as always, because it is a news show, isn't it? Right, let's move on to the next story. I will read out some of your questions in the second half of the show, guys. We've got about 10 minutes to go until the second half, so if you have any questions, do get involved in the comment section. Just put the letter Q and then your question, and I will try and read out as many as possible. So we've got a bit of news on Alex Telles and Eric Bailly. Obviously, they didn't turn up for the pre-season training yesterday. I don't know if any of you are aware of that. So there's a story coming up from Samuel Luckhurst saying that Eric Bailly and Alex Telles did not report for Manchester United's first day of pre-season training on Saturday. United regard them as must-sells this summer, and neither are expected to be included in the USA Tour squad. So as it stands, Eric Bailly and Alex Telles are 100% leaving the club. That's what's pretty much being reported. They didn't turn up for the pre-season training yesterday. They're not going to be going on the pre-season tour, so they will be pushed out of the club pretty much. Al Nassr are in negotiations with Manchester United over Alex Telles, obviously the club that Ronaldo plays for, Al Nassr. Eric Bailly, I have absolutely no idea where he's going to go, to be honest with you. Hopefully a Saudi Arabian club coming for Eric Bailly, because I can't see, maybe a La Liga club, I don't know. They both just need to leave the club at the end of the day. So yeah, hopefully that happens. As I said, Samuel Luckhurst reported they both didn't turn up for pre-season training yesterday, and they're both not going to be on the plane to America, so they will leave. We've just got to be patient and wait and see. There was a bit of a weird story that came out earlier on today, guys, which I wanted to bring in really, really quickly. So Fabrizio Romano reported this. Now, this is a player we've spoke about quite a lot on the show, and somebody I would really like to see at Manchester United. So Xavi Simons. You're probably thinking, Kieran, he's going to PSG. Why are you talking about this? Okay, let me explain. So Fabrizio Romano came out earlier on today and said Manchester United had contacts to explore the conditions of a deal for Xavi Simons, but now they're busy with other things. So apparently, according to Fabrizio, we were interested and even went as far as having contact to sign Xavi Simons at Manchester United. Obviously, we can dismiss that now. Obviously, we know he's going to PSG, but that is a player I would have loved to see in the Manchester United shirt. I think he is a quality player. And I'm kind of gutted that we didn't do that, especially now that we found out that we're interested and we're in contact. But anyway, we can't change the past. He is obviously going to PSG, but it is a player who I would have really, really liked to see. Okay, guys, we've got another bit of breaking news about Harry Maguire. This is coming from Jamie Jackson. As I said, it's coming from 3 or 4 or 5 different journalists today. There's multiple bits of breaking news about Harry Maguire. So Jamie Jackson is reporting that Harry Maguire is open to leaving Manchester United, but a salary increase he received as a result of United qualifying for the Champions League is making it more challenging to find a buyer. So if anybody is unaware, Harry Maguire's on 200 grand a week, but there's a clause in his contract that, in all the players' contracts, that if they qualify for the Champions League, their wage will go up by 20%. So Harry Maguire base salary is 200k a week, and because of the Champions League qualification, he will now be on 240 grand a week. Not a single club in world football is going to pay him 240 grand a week. Not even a Saudi Arabian club would pay Maguire 240 grand a week. So what will have to happen here, guys, I've mentioned this multiple times on the show before. So Harry Maguire's on 240 grand a week. He's got 2 years left on his deal, okay? West Ham, their highest earning player is 150 grand a week. So they're not going to pay him more than 150 grand a week. So all we have to do here, guys, is we times the difference. So it's 90 grand per week times 52 weeks in a year times 2. So to get Harry Maguire out of the club, right, we would have to pay him £9,360,000. The reason I've told you this calculation, that ultimately would mean that Harry Maguire would be paid the same amount at West Ham as he was at Manchester United. Does that make sense? So he's on 240 grand a week here. He leaves. We give him £9 million to leave. and then he goes and earns 150 grand a week at West Ham. So we ultimately cover the difference as part of the deal of him leaving, which obviously sounds crazy. You know, he's been on ridiculous money as it is, but that's the only way that he'll leave. And I do think the Manchester United will do that. It's not an uncommon practice in football where clubs have to pay people off the difference of their contract, because ultimately the player could just say, well, I'm going to stay. I could be paid 100 grand a week more here. I'm not going to leave. So the only way he'll go is if that happens. And as I just said, I've worked that out in 10 seconds. They'd need to pay him 9,360 grand a week to leave. Easy calculation. Yeah. But that's the only way he'll go, guys. Right, let's have a look. We've got over 400 of you in the chat today. Absolutely incredible. Really, really is for a Sunday evening. Please do smash a like on the video, and please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. Let's see how many people we can get in the chat by the end of the video. So there's another story coming out here about Onana really, really quickly. This is breaking news. It says Manchester United have agreed personal terms with Onana after a series of meetings, the latest of which took place today. Onana and his representatives have accepted Manchester United's offer of a 5-year contract with the option of an extra year. It goes on to say Onana is due to travel to Manchester once a final check on payment terms has been completed. So I think that we'll get a medical either tomorrow or Tuesday, guys. He will definitely be going on that pre-season tour. I don't think we'll see him in the game on Wednesday against Lyon, but I do expect to see him playing on Friday against Arsenal in our first, pre-season match in America. So that's really exciting. Somebody is just reporting that he will travel tomorrow ahead of a medical. So we're literally just waiting for the here we go. We're waiting for the two clubs to do the final, whatever it is they need to do, and then we will obviously know that that deal is over the line. So we're very, very close. We're closer than close, closer than you could ever imagine. If you know, you know. Close FC, interested FC, you know how it is with Manchester United. We've got many, many names. We're not just called Manchester United, are we? We're Close FC, Interested FC. What else are we? Very Close FC. You get the picture. Considering FC, Maguire FC. Anyway, I'll move on. I digress. I will read out some of your questions in a bit, guys, so do get them in the comment section and I will flick back through. Right, let's move on to the next story. So we want to talk about Scott McTominay super quickly. So we've got a report coming out from Samuel Luckhurst in the Manchester Evening News saying Manchester United have not proactively planned to sell Scott McTominay this summer, but should they receive an acceptable offer, it would pave the way for the midfielder to leave and they'd ultimately recruit another player. So what does everybody think about that? As it stands, Manchester United are not actively looking to sell Scott McTominay, but if a big offer comes in from someone like West Ham, I don't know, an Aston Villa, someone like that, they would be open to selling him. But as it stands, he's not kind of being pushed out of the club like Maguire is. Right, this is a great question. Lumen says, Kieran, how much of a role, if any, does Southgate play in Maguire staying or leaving Manchester United? I think he plays a massive role. So if any of you guys are unaware, Harry Maguire starts every single game for England in the England national team. Every game. Even when he didn't play any football for Manchester United, he was starting for England. But there was a story coming out, this was months ago, that saying that Southgate had said to him that, if you're not playing every single game, then I'm going to have to think about not including you. So we fast forward 3 months, he's not playing at all. He's just been stripped of the captaincy. He needs to get game time, otherwise he's not going to be in that England squad next summer. There's so many good centre backs in England coming through. People like Tomori. Tomori doesn't even get in the squad. Like, it's crazy. So Southgate won't be able to get away with including him. He won't. So yeah, so in relation to that question, Lumen, yeah, I think it's a massive thing with Harry Maguire and his game time ahead of the Euros. It's very, very important. So we've got some breaking news coming out from Jamie Jackson about Harry Maguire. Lots and lots coming out about Harry Maguire, guys. So he says West Ham are interested in Harry Maguire, but their proposal of a loan, potentially with an option to buy, is unlikely to appeal to Manchester United at this stage, and wages make the deal difficult. I mean, I would not loan out Harry Maguire. He needs to go on a permanent move. A loan is not an option. That's just pointless. Very, very pointless. He needs to leave. Yeah, he needs to leave. Alone, I don't want to see him loaned out. Somebody just needs to pay the money for him. Even if it's 20 million, 25 million, he just needs to go, guys. He does. I do not want to see Harry Maguire out on loan. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this story coming out that West Ham are interested in Harry Maguire on loan? I just say to them, no. You've just got 100 million for Declan Rice. Give us 20 million for him and be done with it. Like, we're not loaning him to you. The only way in which I would be happy if he was loaned is if they paid all of his wages, but obviously they're not going to do that. So Yeah, somebody's asking about Rashford's contract. Rashford has not signed his contract yet, guys. I have no idea what's going on with that. I've got a bit of a conspiracy, though, to throw into the chat, which I want to get your opinions on it. What do you think? I haven't got this from anywhere. This is just my opinion that I want to ask you. Do you think there's a possibility that Rashford's going to be announced as the new captain of Manchester United? That's why the contract hasn't been agreed. Do you think that's a possibility? They were waiting until Ten Hag had this meeting with Maguire. They were waiting until he was removed, and then Rashford is going to be the new captain. What does everybody think about that? Would you like to see Marcus Rashford as the new captain? As I said, this is just my opinion. I haven't got this from anywhere. No source has said this. I just thought this earlier. I thought, why has Rashford not signed the new contract? Is he going to become the captain? Is he going to get the number 7 shirt? Obviously, he's not going to get the number 7 shirt because Mason Mount is. But do you think he might become the captain? What do you think? I think it's a possibility. I don't think he should, but I think there is a possibility. I honestly think with Rashford, it's either he's going to get the captaincy or they're waiting until the away kit comes out, which is, I think, on the 24th of July. Because as I've said to you many, many times before, guys, all of Manchester United's marketing, all the rest of it is all focused around transfers. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're either waiting for the new shirt to come out on the 24th of July, the away kit, and then they'll announce it, or they're going to put him as the captain. But I would definitely not put Marcus Rashford as the captain. Do let me know in the chat what you guys think. We've got over 450 people in the chat today, guys. If everyone could smash a like on the video and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Let's see if we can hit our likes target in the next kind of couple of minutes, and then we can do some other polls, which is always good. We're about 50 likes away from our like target, so make sure you go and do that now really quickly. Right, let's move on to the next story. As always, we're rattling through all the news as quickly as possible. I am inviting you to give your opinions, and I do look forward to reading them, so do get your comments in. Right, we've got a story coming out from Laurie Whitwell, which I did want to talk to you guys about, and it's about the outgoings. Laurie Whitwell has reported this afternoon, obviously he writes for The Athletic, very good journalist, saying Manchester United are hoping to move on several players to fund their recruitment drive this summer. Fred, Donny van der Beek, Alanga and Scott McTominay are all among those whose exits could be sanctioned. Obviously as well, you've got Henderson, you've got Maguire, Telles, Bailly, Williams, but at the end of the day, guys, there are so many people who could leave the club this summer. We could see a massive overhaul in our squad. And I just hope that we do really, kick ourselves into gear and get these people out of the club. I wish them all the best, but they need to go. Somebody says, Fred says, Rashford is a captain. Have you woken up yet, Kieran? I have woken up. You just don't know with people. You don't know. Like, maybe Rashford wants to be the captain. We just don't know. I'm not saying that I think it's going to happen. It was something that came to my head earlier, and I thought, like, now that Maguire's not the captain, is it a possibility? Yeah, who knows? I honestly don't know. So there's another story coming out about Onana saying that the personal terms were only agreed today. I don't really get why that's relevant because people have said that it's been agreed for weeks. We don't yet know how much Onana is going to be paid. It was being reported it would be around 130 grand a week, but I am looking forward to finding out how much that would be because if he ends up being paid like 250 a week, I'm going to be really annoyed. He's on 60 grand a week at the moment at Inter, Onana. So we should not be paying anything more than 130. For me, guys, Bruno should be the captain with Casemiro as the vice captain. Bruno or Casemiro, I'd be happy with either. But do let me know in the comments section, who do you want to be the Manchester United captain next season? We're 40 subscribers away from 4,400 subscribers, guys. So do subscribe. Let's see if we can hit that by the end of the video. We are on the road to 5K. Yeah, we are on the road to 5K. Henrique says, would you rate Varane as the captain? Great question. Let me echo that back to the chat. Would you guys rate Varane as the captain? I mean, he's won the World Cup. He's won God knows how many Ligas and Champions Leagues, but I don't think so, to be honest with you. I don't think I would make Varane the captain. I don't know what it is about him. Like, Martinez, he's got something in him. Like, he's got that dog in him, if you know what I mean. Martinez, he's like, he would die on the pitch for Manchester United. Like, I'm not saying Varane wouldn't, but I don't know what it is about Varane. He seems quite quiet. I don't know. Let me know in the comments section. Would you like to see Varane as the captain? It's not somebody I've thought of, to be completely honest with you. When I think of captain material, I think Bruno, Casemiro, Martinez, maybe Luke Shaw. Those are kind of the four people. Like, Varane never really came into my consideration. On credentials, he definitely should be in the running. You know, he's won World Cups, he's won Champions Leagues, but just off his kind of aura and how he is on the pitch, like, I don't really think he's the right fit for a captain personally. But who knows? Do let me know what you guys think about that one. Could you see Varane as the captain? Not for me personally, but obviously I look forward to seeing you guys' opinions in the comments section. There's one thing I wanted to touch on really, really quickly, right? I just want to say, hats off to Erik ten Hag. His ruthlessness, honestly, I never thought we would see what's going on at Manchester United happen. I didn't. I was so used to Ollie where he would just smile. He'd put his arm around Maguire and they'd be all matey. And it's like, I thought that was just how we were for the rest of the time. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said winning trophies was just for your ego, didn't he? He pretty much said that winning trophies didn't matter. That was a genuine quote from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that winning trophies was just for your ego. I mean, how we've gone from that to a manager in his first season who's ultimately terminated Ronaldo's contract. He dropped Rashford when he was in hot form for being late. Does anybody remember that? I think it was against Wolves. Rashford was late to the team meeting and he dropped him, right? He took away David De Gea's contract and let him go on a free. And now he's just stripped Maguire of the captaincy. I mean, who would have thought when we woke up, if you'd have flashed back to the Ollie era, like, I don't even want to imagine what would have been still going on if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was still at the club. I really, really don't. So I just want to say a big shout out to Ten Hag. I'm sure he's never going to see this, but I don't really care. I just want to voice my opinion on it. Ten Hag, your ruthlessness, it's inspiring. It's making me love Manchester United again. It's making me not just see us as some kind of joke, some kind of job for the boys, a team that doesn't need to win trophies. It's just for ego. I mean, all of that type of stuff just makes my blood boil. So yeah, big ups to Erik ten Hag. He's absolutely smashing it. And I just want to say, obviously you guys are entitled to your opinion, but if there's ever any difficult moments in the season next year, like, we just need to back Ten Hag. We can't turn against him. That's what the rival fans are there for. Erik ten Hag has done so much to prove himself as the manager for us. He deserves our backing. I know no one's in the chat is saying get rid of Ten Hag, but you know what it's like in football. Sometimes bad things can happen. You can have freak results. You know, the Liverpool 7-0. Ten Hag is the man. Ten Hag is going to... Ten Hag is going to see us to the success. So we've got a bit more on the Harry Maguire situation. Manchester United have made an official statement about Harry Maguire. Manchester United have said the following. This is a direct quote coming from Manchester United saying, "Everyone at Manchester United thanks Harry Maguire for his contribution as captain over the past 3.5 years. The manager will announce the new captain in due course after he has informed all the players." So if anybody thought that still this was made up, Manchester United have just confirmed that Harry Maguire is no longer the captain. They thanked him and they've said that Erik ten Hag will announce the new captain in due course. So that could be next week, the week after. It'll be soon, I think. Yeah, so it's confirmed. Right, I'm going to read out a few of your questions. So do get your comments in, guys. Put the letter Q. Put the letter Q in front of your question and I will read it out. Okay, here's a good question. Lumen says, who is more ruthless, Erik ten Hag or Arteta? I would say, I know this isn't an answer, but I would say both of them. I'd say they were level. You know, I think Arteta has done a great job at Arsenal. He got rid of players like Aubameyang, David Luiz. He's cut down that wage bill massively. He completely removed Aubameyang from the squad. But let's be real, guys. Arteta has been there for what, 3 years now? And he's won 1 trophy. Ten Hag's been here for 1 year and won 1 trophy. So I would say that Ten Hag is overall as successful as Arteta. But I think they've both done a good job on their ruthlessness. They both are implementing a really strong set of beliefs and morals in the club. Because Arsenal were just crumbling away before. And I feel like Manchester United were in the same boat. Like, we were just a joke, weren't we? And I think that Erik ten Hag is implementing a mentality and changing the whole way the club's been run for the last 10, however many years. So hats off to Ten Hag. Massive shout out to him. We've got over 450 people in the chat. Amazing, guys. Please do smash a like on the video and please do subscribe if you are new to the channel. Someone says, would you fire Ten Hag because he is doing his job properly? I don't really get that. So Red Devils United says, Kieran, why are we not going for Felix? PSG have rejected him and he's not going to Aston Villa. We should get him on loan immediately. Let me ask that back to the chat. Would you like to see João Felix at Manchester United next summer? There was a story floating around last week that Manchester United are interested in loaning him. I think the only potential issue there with João Felix is I think Atletico Madrid want about £30 million as a loan fee for 1 season. Is that a good deal? I'm not sure. They want a lot of money to loan out João Felix. It's not just pay us half the wages. They want 30 million plus the wages covered. Something like that. So it would end up costing you a hell of a lot of money just to have a player for 1 year. And if he ends up being really good, then it's Atletico Madrid who are, you know, reaping the benefits, not us. So yeah, I'm not sure about João Felix. I do like him as a player. I would maybe be interested in him as like a loan with an option to buy, maybe. But again, they'd want over £100 million for him. So I'm not entirely convinced by him. I do like him as a player. He didn't do that well at Atletico Madrid next season. So I probably wouldn't bother, you know? Like I said, if it was just paying half of his wages, then maybe. But they want a ridiculous loan fee. They want all of his wages covered. I just don't think it's a good shout. Lumen says, Kieran, would you give any credit to Rangnick for Erik ten Hag being ruthless? Yeah, I mean, Rangnick paved the way for this new beginning, guys. People will slag off Rangnick, say he was a joke, he was rubbish, but Rangnick was the only manager in the last, 10 years who actually spoke out against Manchester United. He said we needed open heart surgery. He said we needed 10 first-team players, and he was right. At the time, everyone was saying, oh, what's this guy doing? He's throwing Manchester United under the bus, blah, blah, blah. But Rangnick was right. And he paved the way for this new future under Erik ten Hag. So we owe a lot to Rangnick and we owe a lot to Ronaldo. As much as I disliked Ronaldo doing that interview, he was the starting point of this whole movement of change at Manchester United. And we all hope that this final movement of change is the Glazers leaving. That's the pivotal bit of it. That's the apex of this new world, you know, with the Glazers leaving. That's what we need. I mean, honestly, guys, if the Glazers leave now, after all of this, after Maguire, everything Ten Hag's done, I honestly won't be able to control myself. I'll be so happy, honestly. Behind the scenes, what Erik ten Hag is doing, everything he's doing right. Getting rid of Ronaldo, the right decision. Letting David De Gea go, the right decision. Removing Maguire as the captain, the right decision. All we need is the Glazers to go now, and I will be a very, very happy man. So there's a bit more coming out on the story. Apparently, we won't know who the new captain is before the next pre-season match, which I think is kind of obvious. But yeah, we will be having a new captain, guys. So do let me know in the comments section who you want that new captain to be. Right, let's move on to the next story. We've got 500 of you watching today, guys. Again, I'm absolutely blown away by this. We started the channel 5 weeks ago. It's growing so quickly, and I absolutely love speaking to you guys every morning and evening at 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. I love it, guys. So again, from the bottom of my heart, massive shout out to everybody in this community. I really do appreciate you all, and I hope you guys are enjoying the shows. You all seem to be, so that's super positive. But yeah, anybody new, please do subscribe and get involved. Doesn't cost any money. It's totally free. I'm not ever pushy on the paid for content. Obviously, if you do want to do paid for stuff, you can just hit the $sign and yeah, it's appreciated, but I'm not pushy on it. So yeah, if you want to do it, then do it. If you don't, then support in other ways. Like the videos, subscribe, watch the other stuff. You know what I mean. Right, we've got a bit of not very glamorous news to bring you, which again, we're a news show. We bring you all the news, we discuss stuff. That's how it works. So it looks like Tom Heaton will leave Manchester United. Obviously, he's the third choice goalkeeper. It looks like he's going to move to Luton Town as soon as Onana comes in and as soon as Suzuki, the backup goalkeeper, come in. Tom Heaton's going to leave and Dean Henderson's going to leave. So again, that'll be a bit of money. I can't imagine it being very much, but we are getting rid of these older players. We are paving the way for the new beginning. Very, very positive. Yeah, I think it's good. And again, it's not the most glamorous bit of news, but at the end of the day, it still is good that we're removing people from the club who are no longer wanted. Right, let's see where we are. Hopefully we get the Onana. Here we go tonight, guys. I will, of course, be here for you. So make sure you hit the notification bell when you subscribe. We went live within, I think, 3 minutes of Harry Maguire putting up his tweet. As I said, I was literally on the sofa, half asleep. I seen my phone go. I ran upstairs, went live, and we were live within about 3 minutes of the news coming out. So, yeah. We've got a bit of news on... Some of you might not be familiar with this player. Some of you might be familiar with him. So Charlie McNeil, very young, promising striker. There's a bit of news coming out about him because a lot of people said, why is he not going on the pre-season tour? Why is he not there? Because he is one of the people in the youth academy that's kind of regarded as someone they think is going to break through. So there's a bit of clarity on why he didn't come on the pre-season tour. So Charlie McNeil was not included in the Manchester United squad because he is set to leave on loan again this summer. He is looking to move to League One on loan. So we wish him all the best. We hope he has a successful loan move wherever he goes. Yeah, I think he looks like a good player. He's obviously not ready to be in the Manchester United first team yet. But I was a bit concerned when he wasn't on that plane. Red Devils United has just done a super chat. Thank you so much, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Again, thank you everybody who supports the channel and everybody who is part of this community. I really, really do appreciate it. If anybody wants to do super chats, or if anybody wants to join the members club, you can just hit the $sign. I think it's $2.99 a month for the members club. All the money we make kind of goes back into the channel and back into the community. You know, I'm buying bits and bobs and getting designers and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so massive shouts, and thank you very much for the super chat. I really, really do appreciate it. Do you get some comments in, guys? Put your questions with the letter Q, and I will read out as many as I can. Somebody said, Karen says, no Pogba, please. Thank you. I'm not sure where you've got that news from, Karen. I don't think Pogba's going to come back to Manchester United, guys. Obviously, Juventus want to get rid of Pogba. There was a bit of hype on Twitter last week, let's say, saying that you know, he might come back, but I can't see Pogba coming back to Manchester United. Like, he spoke out very, I can't remember what he said. What did he say about? That's a great question. Somebody said, honestly, guys, I love a bit of a laugh. You know, I can take a bit of a joke. Somebody says, why is your hair not growing? My hair does grow. I just shave it. I love that though. That's my favorite comment of the chat so far. That's funny. I like that. Anyway. Let's move on to the next topic, guys. We're not here to talk about my hair. We're here to talk about Manchester United. So, but I do like that comment. It's funny. So, well done. Right, I'm gonna have a look at some of your questions now, guys. Big up to Eric, who says, I love this channel. Thank you very much, mate. I really, really do appreciate it. Honestly, if you'd have told me when I started this show that we'd be in this position now, I don't know what I would have said. I really wouldn't. We've been doing this for 4 or 5 weeks, and it's like, honestly, we're growing by the day. I think we've got 300 subscribers today, guys. Like, absolutely mental, crazy. 300 people have, you know, become a part of this community today, and it's growing so quick. So from the bottom of my heart, massive thank you to all. I'm gonna read out a few of your questions here. Henrik says, do you reckon Mainu will go out on loan to Championship, or do you think he'll actually get some game time this season? So in relation to Kobbie Mainoo, I would like him to get some game time at Manchester United this season. I think he deserves it. I think he's, you know, that's why we need to get rid of people like Fred, Donny, McTominay, because there are good youth people who deserve a chance. So I really do hope that that he gets a chance. But do let me know in the comment section, what do you think would be best for Kobbie Mainoo's development? Do you think it would be best for him to go out on loan, or do you think that we should try and implement him into the first team next season? I would personally like to implement him in, but do let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm going to read out a few more of your questions, as promised. We've got a super chat that I want to read out quickly before it disappears. Red Devils United says, love your content, Kieran. You're doing an amazing job. Also, I wanted to say, I love Ten Hag's ruthlessness. We will surely win the title under him. Again, thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate it, and the support. And yeah, I honestly think that Ten Hag is going to bring us success. I don't know how many years it will take. I don't think we'll win the title next year, but that's why I'm saying to you guys, Erik ten Hag deserves our patience. He's earned it. What he achieved in that first season was nothing short of magical, honestly. To become third in the Premier League, to win a trophy, get to a final, after the season we had before where we were, absolutely terrible, he deserves our utmost patience and respect. Right. Jeff says, if you had an over-under money line for the date that Man United will be sold, what would the date be? Wow. That's a great question. I'll ask everybody in the chat. So Jeff has asked, if I had to set a date, but kind of before or after, when do I think the club will be sold? I think it will be after the tour of America. I don't think the club will be sold or will get any news until the players are back from America. So the last pre-season game, let me double check this for you guys. I think Manchester United will still be owned by the Glazers on the first game of the season, put it that way. I'm not saying we won't know who the new owner is or what's going to happen, but I still think the Glazers will be in charge on the first game of the season. So our last game in America is on the 31st of July. I don't think that they'll announce it before, whilst they're still on tour. I don't. I think at the end of the day, like, the Glazers have their ego, they have their kind of status to uphold. Yeah, that's what I think. But do let me know in the comment section, guys. We've got people already giving some comments. So Jonathan thinks it'll be in 2036. Someone else whose name I can't pronounce, so I do apologise, says they think it'll be in 2076. I don't think it'll be that long. I think we'll know soon. I really, really do. I think we'll know in the next couple of months, but I'm not saying that will 100% be sold. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, right, I'll read out a few more of your questions really quickly before we go back to the news. We've got 10 minutes left of the video, guys. We've just hit our target for likes of the video, so I will remove the poll. I'm going to get a new poll going for you guys right now. Right, I'm going to get a new poll going for you now, guys, and then I'll read out some more of your questions. Do smash a like on the video if you haven't already, and do subscribe to the channel. It's free. Why would you not? 1 second. I'm just getting this poll going up for you now, guys. The question is, who do you want as the new Manchester United captain? So our options are Bruno, Casemiro, or who else? Bruno, Rashford, Casemiro, or Martinez. Let's do that. All right, so the poll for this part of the show is, who do you want to be the next Manchester United captain? Our 4 options are Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Casemiro, and Martinez. Let me know. And let me know in the comment section your reason for it. Who would you like to be the captain? I'm going to go with Bruno and then Casemiro as the vice captain. But I would also be happy with Martinez. I love Martinez. Somebody's asking for an update on Rasmus Hojlund. We did speak about him earlier on, but I will repeat it really quickly. I know some people get upset in the comment section. They say you repeat yourself, but I do like to try and round things up anyway. So Rasmus Hojlund, Laurie Whitwell has reported this afternoon that Manchester United are still in talks over a deal for Rasmus Hojlund. That's all we know at this point. Manchester United haven't pulled out. They still want him. So we'll have to wait and see on that one, guys. We will. I'll read out a few more of your questions, guys, as I promised. We've got 10 minutes left of the show. Lumen says, Kieran, could Erik ten Hag have done any better with the match outcomes or performances? I don't think so. There was a couple of moments where I thought, oh, he's made the wrong decision there, or why has he done that? But generally, I don't have a single bad word to say about Ten Hag. I think it would be unfair to say a bad word about him, to be completely honest with you. A couple of games, maybe he made substitutions too late or made the wrong substitutions. But at the end of the day, guys, substitutions are a roll of a dice. Like, he can't decide whether Fred comes on the pitch and has a good game or not. That's not within his kind of power, is it? So, yeah. All right, this is a good question. Fred says, of the present squad, who would you have at a dinner as a dinner party guest? I'll ask that back to the comment section. Out of the current squad, who would you like to have at your house for a dinner party? I mean, obviously, there's probably a language barrier with some of them, so you've got to consider that. Oh, I don't know. That's a really good question. I'd probably say Marcus Rashford, I think. Yeah, I'd probably go with Marcus Rashford. I'd love to meet Marcus Rashford. I think he's very, like, an inspirational person. Obviously, all the things he does off the pitch, I think he's someone, yeah, it'd be cool to meet. But yeah, let me know in the comment section, who would you like to have at your dinner party from the present squad? Robert's saying that Djokovic has been beaten at Wimbledon. For anybody who likes tennis, I do quite like tennis. But yeah, this obviously is not the tennis channel. But yeah, why not? I thought I'd mention it. Where are we? Yeah, so most of the rumblings at the moment, guys, is that Harry Maguire is open to leaving the club. Let's just hope it happens. Let's just hope he gets his move for the best of Harry Maguire. I really do hope that he goes. I really do. Yeah, he doesn't need to be here anymore. He doesn't. He's just going to get... It's just going to be worse and worse for him. He's going to get, like, more memes about him. Everybody's going to be slagging him off. Like, I just hope he does the right thing. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to read out a few more of your questions really quickly before we wrap up the show. We've got 7 minutes left of the... Sorry, guys. We've got 7 minutes left of the show. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that really quickly. And please smash a like on the video. So Diggy says, we should go for Evan Ferguson from Brighton as a backup striker. I absolutely love Evan Ferguson. And thank you for bringing him up, because he is one of my favourite kind of young rising players. He's 18 years of age. Had a really good first season at Brighton. But he has just signed a new contract. I honestly think we'll see Evan Ferguson in a Manchester United shirt in a couple of years' time. I really do. I don't think it's the right time for him to move now. I think him staying at Brighton is the correct decision. Keep him there for a couple of years, and then in a few years' time, we go in for Evan Ferguson and we bring him to the club. I think that's the right decision. Yeah, do let me know, guys. Would you like to see Evan Ferguson at Manchester United? Is there a player there, do you think? Let me know. I would love to see your replies in the comment section. But yeah, for me, I would definitely go and get him. I just don't think it will be this summer, unfortunately, for us guys. Yeah. I mean, literally, today is just Harry Maguire Day, isn't it? We thought it was going to be Onana Day, but it's Harry Maguire Day. And to be completely honest with you, I'm happy this news has come out. We know Onana is going to come to the club. We know it's just a matter of legalities, but I was not expecting to get Harry Maguire popping up on my phone whilst I was half asleep having a nap on a Sunday afternoon. So yeah, very, very positive. Right, I'm going to wrap the show up here, guys. It feels like a good point to end the show. Of course, we will be back at 8 a.m. UK time tomorrow morning for another hour-long show. If we get the Onana, here we go. If we get those 3 beautiful words from Fabrizio Romano, of course, we will go live for you. So do make sure you're subscribed and you've hit the notification bell. And please hit the like button on your way out. Costs no money, really helps the channel. Why would you not do it? Again, amazing show this evening, guys. Thank you so much for all your support and all of your contribution. I'm every day blown away by this community, and I really do appreciate you all a lot. So again, thank you very much for being here this evening. I hope you have a nice rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. I'm going to go off and have another little nap now, I think. I'll speak to you guys later. Lots of love. Peace out.